guys, I'm Anj.
And I'm Laura, and we are veganize. And today we are making the best oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. And they just happen to be vegan and gluten-free to boot.
Yes, but when we say the best, we're really meaning the best.
The best.
They are the best.
Yes, yes. Better than we've ever tasted any other cookie, homemade or store-bought. So if you like oatmeal chocolate chip cookies, this is the recipe for you. So watch along and hopefully you'll make it with us.
Yes. Alright guys, so set your oven to 350 and let's get started. So the first thing we're going to be doing is adding butter. Now there's a bunch of different vegan butters. Our favorite one is the Basil plant-based butter. It's the cheapest and...
It is, and it comes in a brick form, so it's actually really nice and very similar to, it cooks very similar to real butter.
And it tastes the exact same. I literally could not taste the difference between normal butter and vegan butter.
Right, so this is, yeah, there's lots of different kinds out there, just make your choice. So we will be needing 2/3 cup of butter. Now the nice thing about vegan butter is it doesn't go as hard as regular butter, I think. So it doesn't need, you know, to be softened in the microwave first. I think if we whip it enough, it'll soften up itself. While Anj is doing this, what you want to do first is get a little bowl, get some ground flaxseed, and this is what we're going to use to replace the eggs with. So if you just take 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed, and you can get this at any grocery store. Usually comes in a little package. I usually keep mine in the freezer too. And then the double amount of water. So 4 tablespoons of water. And we'll just mix it up and just let it sit while we mix up the butter and the sugar.
Okay, so now for the sugar, we're gonna be doing 3/4 cup of brown sugar as well as white sugar.
So in your white sugar, just make sure that you check that it's vegan, because not all white sugar is. We found out.
Yeah, so weird, right?
It is, but I guess when they do the refining process, they use
Bone char.
Bone char. If you just look online, you can actually see the ingredients and see what they use. Okay, so 3/4 cup of white sugar.
And now we blend.
And when you blend, just make sure that you actually, this is a really key step. Blend well. You do not want little chunks of butter still in your mixture, because then you're going to get, when it cooks, you'll get some like crispier parts. You want it to be light and fluffy. So keep on blending until it goes light and fluffy. It's a little bit lighter color than the butter that you put in there.
Okay.
Okay, so we've mixed it up and now it is light and fluffy, and I mean really that is a really important step. And now we add pure vanilla extract. If you are gluten-free, you'll need the pure vanilla extract and not the artificial, because there's gluten in it.
So as you can see, the flaxseed mixture has gotten so kind of gelatinous.
Yes.
It's like literally sticking together. This is exactly what we wanted it to do, and so hopefully yours will end up like this too. And so we're gonna dump this in now. Ew, just a whole blob in there. And mix it up. Mix her up.
Okay, so it is good and mixed up, and that's it for the wet ingredients. For the dry ingredients, I always just put it right on the top because I just don't want to waste my time washing another bowl. And it'll work totally fine. I made hundreds of batches of cookies this way. So because our family is gluten-free, we are going to be using gluten-free flour.
So this flour is our favorite gluten-free vegan flour. It's Pamela's all-purpose blend. We use it for everything and we love it.
Yeah, so we'll need 1.5 cups of gluten-free flour. If you're not using gluten-free flour, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour, really flour of choice.
Yeah, and I don't know how Mom does it, but she makes the best cookies. I'm so happy that we're actually making these on the show. I'm like so excited to eat these.
So the key is, do not mix in between. Wait till all the dry ingredients are together in your bowl. So your next ingredient you're gonna put is old-fashioned rolled oats. And if you're gluten-free, just make sure they are certified gluten-free. You can get those at usually in the health food section of your grocery store. Otherwise, just regular old-fashioned oats. These are the bigger ones, not the instant oats. So it'll be 1 1/4 cup.
We'll also be adding some unsweetened coconut, 3/4 a cup. Now we'll be adding 1 teaspoon of baking soda.
Because you're using 1 bowl and not 2 bowls, when we put the leavening and the salt and the spice in, just make sure you sprinkle it over and not in one lump in your bowl. It just makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, but we'll also mix kind of the top a little bit before
Yes.
we mix it in with the actual wet
Yes.
ingredients.
Okay, you will need 1 teaspoon of baking powder.
And 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. This smells so good. Cinnamon just smells like cookies to me.
It does. And about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. If you're worried about the salt, you can omit it as well.
I feel like it's so good though.
Yeah, it just brings out a little bit more of the flavor, that's all.
It doesn't taste salty if that's
No.
what you're worried about.
No, and there's not a lot of salt in here. So once this is all in, then you take your blender and just mix the top. Do not mix the wet ingredients yet.
So when the dry ingredients are all mixed on the top, then you can blend it in with the wet ingredients below it.
Okay, so now for my favorite part, chocolate chips. These are vegan semi-sweet chocolate chips. So usually the no-name brand happen to be vegan, and I know like the more expensive ones are actually not. But also go into your grocery store in the health food section and they will have certified vegan chocolate chips as well.
Yeah.
So 1 cup of chocolate chips. If you like chocolate, you could put a little more. And mix it up.
And the absolute best part about vegan cookies is you can eat the dough and have no repercussions.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's no eggs, there's nothing bad in there.
No.
So, really, give it a taste.
Mom knows I will eat just full cookie dough balls. off
Everyone in the
sheet.
family loves, who doesn't love cookie dough? Mm-hmm. Like really? So what you do, you just take a teaspoon or
A spoon.
a small spoon, a regular size spoon. Take a little bit. So it's like a larger than a walnut. How big do you think this is? 1.5 inches?
Oh, okay. You did yours a little bigger than mine, but
Yeah, any sizes. I usually do about this size, which is about, a little larger than a walnut. And just space them. Usually I get about 16 cookies per cookie sheet. Well, 12 to 16, depending how big you do it. So you can roll them in balls like I am doing, or you can just plop them onto the cookie sheet like Anj is doing. They will taste the same.
they're kind of bally. Honestly, cookie dough is so much better than cookies.
Now that we've got to this stage where we have got balls of cookie dough on the cookie sheet, you just have to take your hands, so don't wash your hands after that rolling of them, and just lightly press them down until they're about, what is this? I don't know, 1/4 inch.
Okay.
You don't want to completely flatten them, but you want them to be a little bit flattened.
Oh yeah, some of mine are a little smaller.
That's okay, they'll be tasty.
All right.
Once this is done, you put them in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes, depending on how hot your oven is. If you are doing gluten-free, beware, they will not go dark golden brown like the regular. So do not think that your oven is not working and that they're not cooked, and don't take them out. If you wait for 20 minutes before taking them out and they're looking a little golden, they will be bricks, which would be okay because it'd be more like a biscotti that you could dip in your coffee. But that's not what we're going for. We're going for kind of
soft and chewy,
crunchy on the outside, chewy on the inside, melted chocolate. That's what we're going for.
Melt in your mouth.
So plop them in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes. They will be soft to the touch. Like if you touch them, they will not feel done. take them out anyways and let them cool.
Yep, definitely take them out.
Yeah.
Listen to Mom, she knows. So these have been in the oven for about 11 minutes. We just took them out, and as you can see, they're still very soft. Like, you can touch them and they go down a little bit.
Yeah, like little pillows.
Yeah, and so, like, honestly, let's just sacrifice one here just to show you. This is completely falling apart. Like, I actually can't pick it up right now, but don't worry. In about 5 minutes, you'll just let it sit and it'll solidify, and then you can eat them.
Yes, you can eat it when it's still warm, but you have to make them,
I mean,
make sure they're hardened a little bit.
you could even eat it like this, but you might need a spoon.
Yeah, well, don't burn your mouth on the chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's been 5 minutes and we were able to easily plate them, but they are still warm. Like, if you touch the bottoms, they're still soft on the bottoms. But if you wait another 5 minutes, they will be hard all the way around and still chewy on the inside. But this is where we actually get to have a taste.
And we're gonna invite our beautiful sisters, who are also vegan and gluten-free, to join us for the tasting. This is our vegan gluten-free family.
We've invited Katira and Natalia to taste with us. This is my youngest daughter, Katira. This is my middle daughter, Natalia. And they're here to taste. Go for it. What do you think?
The best, of course.
So these are fabulous, the best ever chocolate oatmeal cookies. Please try them. Tell us what you think. We will leave the recipe in the description below.
Really will not regret making these. And have a great day.
Yeah.
Have a great day. Happy cooking. So when the, oh my goodness, dry. I keep going to say wet.
Fluffy, which is really key. Oh, I'm looking at myself. Hold on.
Let's get a comment from the audience. Do you crave sugar?
If you do, you may have a tapeworm. So we are now ready for our taste test. This is my youngest daughter, Katira. This is my middle daughter, Natalia. I was getting...
You named me!